dare you? How dare you? You have stolen my childhood with your empty words and your dreams of eternal economic growth and your fairy tales about eating meat every day. How dare you? Now you just sit there and look at me. What do you have to say for yourself?
Vegan. Vegan strong. You know what I'm saying?
Gorillas are strong. Gorillas are vegan. Well, gorillas also eat their own shit, Cam. Gorillas will take a big fistful of dookie, put that shit in their mouth in order to try to get the nutrition that they need from that food. 2019 was declared to be the year of the vegan by The Economist magazine. Not because The Economist magazine just has its ear to the ground and they're listening to the grassroots revolutionary movement that's budding and burgeoning to save the animals and save the planet. No, The Economist magazine knew it would be the year of the vegan because the big money investors that use The Economist magazine as their propaganda outlet knew that this was going to be a year where they really ramped up that plant-based diet propaganda. And now we are seeing the results of it with Cam Newton injuring his foot. Cam Newton, a top NFL athlete. This dude weighed 250 pounds before he went vegan. Coming into this season as a vegan, he's lost 20 pounds of what seems to be muscle mass. So now he's coming in at around 230 pounds, down from 250. After a major shoulder surgery, which he thought he was recovering well from, he was focusing on his recovery now, he injured his foot. He got what's called a Lisfranc injury in the foot, which is pretty significant. This dude might be sitting out the rest of the season. This guy might have to get surgery. It might be 6 to 8 weeks, completely immobilized, unable to move. And this could be a career-ending injury for this dude, who back in February went vegan. On a vegan diet, you are not getting sufficient bioavailable, easily digestible protein. The amino acid profile of plants, very, very different. The bioavailability of the compounds in those plants, of the amino acids and fatty acids of those plants, very, very compromised by what else is in those plants. All right, the minerals and vitamins in there, many of the time, are locked up, very often are locked up in a matrix of anti-nutrients like oxalates, which will actually bind to calcium, magnesium, things we need in our body to create our bones, right? To maintain the integrity, the tensegrity of our collagen networks in our body. We require animal foods. We require protein and fat that comes from animals. And when you go on a plant-based diet, there's a lot more than just protein that's going to hamper your performance. And we also see major cognitive decline. They're in people who suppress their cholesterol levels. The most common side effects of statin drugs being decreased bone mineral density, increased risk of fracture, as well as neurodegeneration. Neurodegenerative diseases and decline are highly associated with low cholesterol. And we're told that cholesterol is bad for us, even though cholesterol is also highly associated with longevity, meaning the people who live the longest have high cholesterol. We're being told to suppress it. Cholesterol is the backbone that we need to build the sex steroid hormones, like testosterone, which a 250-pound, high-level, explosive power athlete like Cam Newton requires a lot of. So, what the heck is this dude doing going on a vegan diet? I do not know. I don't understand why his management, why his agent, why his coaches, why the people around him haven't said, Cam Newton, dude, quit dressing like Aunt Jemima the Liberace groupie. Quit eating that vegan food and get your shit together. Let's hear what Cam's got to say. Cam's got his own vlog. Here he is in another traditional native vegan outfit. He's taken off the traditional native vegan Russian woman's babushka scarf, and he's now wearing a, I don't even know what you call this thing above his blouse. But let's hear what he's got to say.
And this is nobody to blame but me. I was dealing with a a shoulder injury that was ailing me for a long time. Did a procedure that was just supposed to be a temporary fix, came back from it, that didn't work, so got another procedure that was supposed to be the permanent fix. That's what happened this off season. So all my attention has been shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Fast forward to preseason game 3. Everybody's been kind of focusing on like Cam's change his throwing motion, how would that kind of affect, his overall play of the game. And it happened, the unthinkable, so to speak. Something else got hurt. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, it's preseason, there's no need to keep prolonging this scramble, So as I was kind of diving forward, that plant still, I kind of felt it, but didn't like know the extent of the injury. And
yet another injury, trying to recover from his shoulder surgery, which, look, if you're trying to recover from a shoulder surgery, nutrition's also very important, right? You got to rebuild the collagen networks around that. There's been a major injury and a lot of scar tissue in there. You start throwing down a bunch of anti-nutrient filled foods and depriving yourself of the building blocks that you need for sex steroid hormones, the building blocks you need for the collagen in your body, right? When you're consuming foods like broth, foods like collagen-rich meat, you are getting so much deep nutrition that can help build and fortify the central nervous system, help build and fortify the body, and repair the body from injuries. But when you remove those foods, what are you left with? You're left with pea protein powder, right? Barely digestible protein powder linked to heart disease in dogs. And you're left with a bunch of anti-nutrient dense foods that are going to hamper recovery. Right? One example, oxalate. Oxalate, very, very high levels of oxalate in tofu, in soy, in spinach, in almonds. Right? So when he's waking up in the morning in his traditional Russian woman's babushka, when he walks outside to go milk the almonds so that he can drink his almond milk, this dude is going to be exposed to a lot of oxalate. What does oxalate do? Oxalic acid will bind up to things like calcium, magnesium, and potassium, rendering those indigestible to you. But it doesn't just do that, it also lodges in places like scar tissue. It can also lodge in places like the thyroid, and it can accumulate in the body. So, going on a high oxalate vegan diet, which most vegan diets are very high in oxalate, is going to be incredibly detrimental to recovery from a major injury. I know this dude's been doing a vegan diet for a long time. This dude does like fasting retreats and tells people about juice fasting and all this other stupid shit. This dude is in his 60s. He had all the cartilage in his knee was completely gone. He had to have a major operation. He had to get a bunch of stem cells injected in there. The dude finally started consuming collagen to recover from the surgery that he had recently. But this dude was vegan and vegetarian for something like 30 years. Vegan, I think, only like 10 years. But the damage was extensive in this dude's joints. And I can't imagine a high-level 250-pound, formerly 250 pounds, right? Because he dropped down to 230 pounds after the vegan diet. I cannot imagine what your coaches, what the people handling your career must think when you're going on this nutrient-deficient diet, this veganism kick, while trying to get back on the horse in your career and recover from a major deficit of these injuries. It's pretty crazy. So a lot of people are actually starting to talk about this now. A lot of people are talking about how Cam Newton and his career might have been hampered by a vegan diet. The off-season switch to a vegan diet is suspected of playing some part. It is beyond me that coaches, that agents aren't aware of the importance of nutrition. All right, so I'm sure they've got a nutritionist that works with the team there. I'm not sure who the heck it is or what the heck they're doing. Maybe I'll have to look a little bit deeper into this, but this is just abhorrent to see people's careers getting thrown away, to see people's livelihoods. I mean, it's not like this dude's ever going to want for anything, but his career, his bread and butter, is about to get swept out from under him. Of course, he's going to be fine. He's a multimillionaire. he'll be set for life. And hey, shit, maybe he'll promote the plant-based diet with Jay-Z and Beyonce and Ellen DeGeneres and the UN and Bayer Monsanto and the World Business Council for Sustainable Development and Bill Gates and Richard Branson and all the other big money interests that are pushing for this plant-based kibble processed food diet for everybody. Maybe he'll join that whole movement and make a bunch of money there. But let's hear what he's got to say in this like post-game press conference about his vegan diet.
Vegan strong. You know what I'm saying? That helps a lot.
That helps a lot. What does it help, dude? What the hell are you talking about? It helps a lot. You weren't recovering from your shoulder injury. It required 2 surgeries. While you were trying to recover from those surgeries and trying to get back on the horse, you incurred another major injury that could require surgery and could have you out for the whole season. And you're saying, oh, vegan strong, throw out some weird, propaganda slogan, and give a fake unenthused whistle. I don't know. I don't know how to read Cam. I'm not his coach. I'm not his nutritionist. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he sure doesn't seem very happy or excited to talk about this right now. It kind of seems like hopefully he's having some doubts about the nutritional pathway he's taken.
Yeah.
Can you expand on the...
It sounds, right there, that last clip, that sounds like, it's like a dude who like already cheated on his girlfriend, getting ready to break up with her, maybe getting ready for her to find out he cheated on her and then leave him. and then someone asks him, hey, yeah, what do you think about that girl? How things going with your girlfriend? He's like, yeah, great. It's all good.
Yeah.
Can you expand on the veganism?
I've been vegan all year, and I don't think I'm going back. Feel good. I recover well. And that's what it's pretty much all about.
You're right. It's about feeling good, being able to perform, and being able to recover. You haven't been performing. You haven't been recovering. And you don't really sound like you actually feel good. So, dude, if you want to get your life together, please start eating animal foods again, man, for the sake of your team, for the sake of your coaches, for the sake of all the people around you who are probably trying to help you out, trying to help you boost your career and get back on track. Get back on the animal foods, man. This whole vegan kick, we're going to unfortunately see a lot more of these athletes have their careers wrecked by the vegan diet. They're getting game changed. We got this film, The Game Changers, coming out. All the vegans are acting like this is the second coming of Dr. Gregor, of His Holiness, the Dalai Gregor. The Game Changers coming out. Propaganda film by pea protein isolate manufacturer James Cameron. Right, putting out this film telling you, oh, if you go vegan, your performance is going to be amazing. You're going to be so stoked. But what we see in the real world is people who do get duped by the vegan diet are seeing a major tanking of their testosterone levels, seeing a major tanking of their performance. And we're seeing a lot of injuries with these vegan athletes now. I can't tell you how many clients we've had come to us over the years. I can't tell you how many clients I've had that were ex-vegans that were suffering from major injuries long-term, not healing from them, suffering from chronic pain, suffering from chronic digestive issues and bloat and gas. And as soon as they get off the vegan diet and start eating animal foods, things improve. Some of these people end up having to go towards more of a carnivorous diet, a diet based around primarily animal foods, which is not what I would recommend to someone like Cam Newton, right? Like if I was in charge of Cam Newton's nutrition, it would be animal food heavy, but would also include carbohydrates around training for performance. So it wouldn't be like, carnivorous or even a keto diet, but it would be heavy on the animal foods. It would not be lacking in animal fats, and I would hopefully get him back to 250 pounds where he was before he went vegan. Now he's walking around at 230, lost a bunch of muscle, lost some bone mineral density, and is not recovering from an injury that could be major, that could be career-threatening. So if I was in charge of this dude's nutrition, definitely wouldn't be vegan, but who knows where this dude is going to go further down the line. So here he is talking about his switch to the vegan diet.
Never stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm a constant work in progress. You know, I always try to, you know, tap into something that's gonna better me, whether as an athlete, as a parent, as a person. So this off season, I was like, man, I want to try something different. All right, I'm vegan now. Oh, vegan, big vegan. So been vegan for about a month now. Some of the strongest animals or some of the strongest species on this earth are vegetarians. Look at gorillas, when you look at, you know, really elephants, you know what I mean? They find their source of protein in plants, and I do the same thing. So I'm loving how I'm feeling.
Yo, when you look at elephants, nah, I mean, they vegan, dog. Dude, Cam, these animals that are so big that are vegan have a completely different digestive system than you. Gorillas eat hundreds of pounds of vegetation every day. You think you're going to be a big, strong panda bear? Go see how well you digest bamboo cellulose, dude. I know the vegan Beyond Burgers, they're selling you literally processed cellulose in replacement of the most nourishing and important foods that we can eat, which are animal foods. But dude, you cannot expect to continue to be a top-level athlete performing at his peak on this kibble diet, man. I would love to see what his protein sources are, right? Now, some of the best vegan protein powders out there have to actually put in digestive enzymes in them to help you to digest the food because it's indigestible. Right? Plant protein sources come locked up in a matrix of anti-nutrients. The amino acid profile of them is not complete. Right? You're going to get a very different amino acid profile, very, very deficient in things like lysine. Right? If you're eating a vegan diet, you're also not going to be getting creatine. You're not going to be getting carnitine. You're not going to be getting so many of these compounds that are so crucial for performance. So look at gorillas. Gorillas are super strong. Argument from vegans. This is such basic bitch level nutrition that it's sad to see this high level athlete, right? Great quarterback, a beast of a dude, losing 20 pounds of muscle, walking around telling you how great it is that he went vegan. Gorillas are strong. Gorillas are vegan. Well, gorillas also eat their own shit, Cam. Gorillas will take a big fistful of dookie, put that shit in their mouth in order to try to get the nutrition that they need from that food. You are not a gorilla. You are not a what did you say, elephant. You are not an ox. You're a man. You're a human being. Eat some human compatible food, man.
And I think that's the thing that humbled me is like, Cam ain't the player that he used to be. So my answer to that is, just wait. This is the ultimate team sport, and I want to be the best player for this team. And right now, I cannot be the best player for this team if I'm ailing an injury that needs time for it to heal.
That's right, man. Absolutely right. So you're not going to be able to be the best player for your team if you're sidelined with an injury and an ailment that needs to heal. And your injury is not going to heal. And you're going to continue to be sidelined unless you get your nutrition in line. Unless you get that muscle tissue back that you've lost, you are not going to have the power, you're not going to have the strength, and you're not going to have the ability to push like you used to. So dude, there's a lot more going on here than you just twisting your foot. Right? That sprain in your foot could have a major nutritional factor that's coming into play. Right? Get the nutrition in line. We need animal foods. If he continues down this path, unfortunately, we're probably going to see the end of this dude's career. Now, I bet a lot of these other athletes in the NFL and in other sports are going to take note of this and are going to be watching. So hopefully Cam Newton changes up his nutrition. Hopefully he gets his shit together and gets on the nutrient-dense animal foods and gets on a human-appropriate diet that'll allow him to perform, that'll allow him to recover, and that'll allow him to live up to his words of claiming he wants to be the best for his team. So don't let the freaking team down, dude. Eat some dang meat again, Cam. So 2019, we've seen a lot of propaganda for the vegan diet. We've seen a major push by these NGOs, these global corporations, by the investment banking behind them, and by media, by the mouthpieces of the propaganda, by these global corporate banking and NGO interests who are pushing veganism. We have seen so much propaganda for them this year, and it's just going to intensify in the coming years, guys. So make sure to support local food production. Right? Support local family farms. Support people who are speaking out against this and spreading good information on nutrition. All right, so check out primaledgehealth.com for more. Make sure to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that one. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for the notifications. And help us to battle this agenda that is tearing down not only our ability to nourish ourselves, not only our ability to feed ourselves the most nutrient-dense foods affordably, but they're actually trying to ban meat completely. There is an agenda to take away our ability to feed ourselves, to take away our knowledge on how to feed ourselves. And this is a multi-generational effort. So if you want to fight against this, nourish yourself, nourish your family. Right? Focus on the traditional foods that we have nourished ourselves with for millennia. The foods that your grandma was eating. The foods that your great-great-grandma was eating. And the foods that your kids should be eating. The nutrient-dense animal foods produced locally using regenerative agriculture that actually helps to build the soil and helps to manage very effectively and efficiently water through maintaining water levels in the soil using ruminant animals. Right? Support regenerative agriculture. Support local family producers of grass-fed ruminant animals. And check out primaledgehealth.com for more. We're doing a special now with ButcherBox, which actually gives grass-fed, grass-finished beef right to you at your door. No antibiotics, no hormones ever used. Check out butcherbox.com/primalbox to get exclusive offers for Primal Edge Health viewers. Check out also the Carnivore Cookbook, all animal food recipes, zero-carb recipes for people who really love animals. Most nourishing, nutrient-dense foods you can eat are from animals. We show you how to prepare them. We show you how to prepare nose-to-tail carnivore meals using the whole animal. And it's a really, really awesome book based around all animal foods. So you can find that at primaledgehealth.com as well. If you're interested in coaching, you can hit us up for private consultations. Although I'm not doing as many private consultations this month because we are doing another round of the Keto and Carnivore Collective, which is really fun. We do 2 live interactive voice chats every week. One of those is a lesson, the other one's a Q&A, and we do Q&A at the end of the lesson. It's a way that we can do coaching where we can give you more one-on-one time, more interaction, and you get to do it in a community setting. So we do it in a private forum. We have 2 live private voice chats per week that you get to participate in, and everything is recorded, and all the resources, all the exclusive resources that we share with you throughout the Keto and Carnivore Collective will be accessible to you for as long as we've got a website, as long as we're allowed on the internet. So yeah, check out primaledgehealth.com for that. The next Keto and Carnivore Collective is starting on the 13th of October. So sign up this week. We're actually on Instagram, probably going to be doing a couple of sponsorships. Maybe we'll do some ex-vegan sponsorships for the Keto and Carnivore Collective. I love having the ex-vegans in there, especially when they're fresh out of veganism, seeing how well they do, focusing primarily on animal foods to nourish themselves and recover from the nutrient-deficient diet that is leaving high-level athletes like Cam Newton in the gutter with their careers. So, don't give up the meat, and don't let down the team, guys. I'll see you next time.